Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. That is right, I am back. It's been about 4 weeks. There hasn't been too much to talk about, and I really wanted to take some time, go on a vacation or two before we get into this fall because, fingers crossed, this fall we're going to have a lot of sports. We're going to have the NBA going on, the NFL going on, and I'm going to be busy as hell on this channel. So I figured if I'm going to take any time off, it was going to be the last 4 weeks. But here we go. And what a way to start. With the Tennessee Titans extending running back Derrick Henry today. And when the news first dropped, a lot of us were surprised because we were told as of yesterday that Derrick Henry was likely not to be extended by the Tennessee Titans, that it looked as if they were going to instead, wait until potentially after the season, right? Because not much negotiating happens during the season, that it was going to have to wait until probably next year and that Derrick Henry would play under the franchise tag and that he'd be actually happy to play under the franchise tag. But much to much of our surprise, the deal got done. John Robinson and Derrick Henry came together, or the two camps or teams, whatever you want to call them, came together and came to this 4-year, $50 million agreement, $25.5 million of it guaranteed. People, this is a steal for the Tennessee Titans to me. Now, I know whenever you're paying running backs, it's never a great deal. But look at the running back market. Okay, this is what you have to consider. This is the most important thing. Okay, you look at Christian McCaffrey getting paid an average of $16 million per year, and that's on a 5-year deal. Okay, if I remember correctly, it's 5 years, $80 million, maybe a little more than $80 million, right? $16 million a year. We got him for $4 million, almost. $4 million less, 3.5, okay? $1 million left per year than Christian McCaffrey. Ezekiel Elliott, okay, who right now, okay, just right now, is not playing as well as Derrick Henry. He's not playing as well as Derrick Henry right now. Now, the first 2 years, Ezekiel, oh my God, he was such a stud, such a beast, leading the Cowboys, specifically the first year. And then, was it the second year he got suspended? Can't remember. But, then he got suspended for, a portion of the next year. But definitely his rookie year, he earned his money. He earned that standing. But the last 2 years, not so much. And we're still paying Derrick Henry $2.5 million less a year than Ezekiel Elliott. We're paying him less than Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell was terrible last season. He wasn't the worst, okay? But he certainly wasn't even a top 10 running back last season. Certainly not worth his money. Now, you can blame that on the Jets' offensive line. You can blame that on Darnold, Adam Gase. I don't care who you're blaming. It's a much better value than that Le'Veon Bell. And then guess who's next? David Johnson, who we welcome with open arms to the AFC South. Oh, welcome David Johnson, who we all think is done. Okay, so this is an incredible deal. And then you look at the huge drop-off. This was the best case scenario for us, because there was no way we were going to pay Derrick Henry less than Kenyon Drake. That was not going to happen. He was going to get paid $10 million off the franchise tag. So I thought that he was going to demand, look, you got to pay me more than Le'Veon Bell. You got to pay me more than Le'Veon Bell. But no, we got away with paying him less than Le'Veon Bell. This is incredible. And then what's going to happen now? Next year, there's a bunch of more running back free agents. People, we're talking about Alvin Kamara, who wants at least $12 million a year, probably going to get paid more than Derrick Henry. We're talking about Aaron Jones, probably going to want about as much as Derrick Henry. Dalvin Cook, going to want as much, probably more than Derrick Henry. Leonard Fournette, a little less, but probably going to be at least $8-9 million a year. Maybe that Melvin Gordon range, too. That's also a possibility. It just depends how he does this coming season because he's been up and down. Chris Carson, Joe Mixon. There's going to be some running back contracts. I think the only two that get paid more than Derrick Henry are Alvin Kamara, and then maybe, it depends. Maybe Joe Mixon has a crazy year. Maybe Chris Carson has a crazy year. Maybe Aaron Jones has a crazy year. I would say probably Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara. I think they're both going to get paid more than Derrick Henry. That'd be my projection right now. Absolutely. So I think next year you're looking at Derrick Henry being the 7th. highest running back paid, and then just right behind him being probably Aaron Jones. And then maybe Chris Carson, if Chris Carson stays healthy and has a very good year. This is a good deal for us. And Joe Mixon, too, if he has a very good year. I'm telling you, this is going to look so good market-wise. It's fantastic. And then look at all those running backs I just named. You think any of those running backs are going to lead their teams to any playoff wins? No, sir. Aaron Jones is only taking him as far as Aaron Rodgers takes him. Chris Carson is only taking him as far as Russell Wilson takes him. Alvin Kamara is only taking the Saints as far as Drew Brees takes him. Quarterback dependent. This running back that we have led us to 2 playoff wins this year and was the co-MVP with my boy, Marcus Mariota, in the 2017 playoff win. This is the most valuable running back. I mean, you look at his contract. No one's getting a better running back deal. Maybe, now, if you want to look at the early, the draft picks of recent years, okay, no one on their second contract is a better value right now than Derrick Henry. Maybe Kareem Hunt. But, there's a whole different situation there with Kareem Hunt. This is a great value. That's my point. It's a steal. This guy, and let me tell you, people believe that you can't extend running backs, and I understand this. Look, we have seen in the NFL, historically, running backs not be worth the money that they've been paid. We even did this relatively recently, in 2010, or I want to say 2011 actually, with Chris Johnson, right? I can't remember the details of the contract, but he certainly wasn't worth it when you look back at it. But Chris Johnson, oh my goodness, the tread he had on his tires, especially after that 2009 season, in the skinny frame he already had, he only had a couple more years left in him anyway. But look at Derrick Henry. This guy didn't even have more than 200 carries his first 2 years. His first year was nothing, 110 carries, nothing. He was just a backup to DeMarco Murray. The second year, he became the starter at the very, very end of the season and then into the playoffs. That was barely 176 rushes. That wasn't much. Then the last 2 years, he finally stepped up. But even in 2018, he only had 215 carries. Last year was the first year he broke 300 carries. I believe that at the very end of this deal, Derrick Henry is still going to be at the top of his game. This is what I believe. I still think he has 5 or 6 good years left in him, honestly. 5 or 6 good years left in him when you consider the fact that last year was really his first high-volume year. And this is a guy that's not out there a lot for receiving downs. And he won us 2 playoff games. And this is more than I will probably ever say about David Johnson, than I will ever say about Le'Veon Bell, than I will ever say maybe about Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, he hasn't won a playoff game yet. Derrick Henry's won 2 and co-MVP of another. This is our boy. And when you start to look at this football team, this is our football team. I mean, really, people, we have the essential pieces, the essential parts, and this is now the second wave. And this is where, and I know right now I'm only projecting the Titans to go either 10-6 or 11-5. But I am not discounting the Super Bowl possibility here. Look, people, I didn't think the San Francisco 49ers were going to be in the Super Bowl last year. Neither did you. Sometimes things click, things work, and then boom, all of a sudden you're elite, you're in the Super Bowl. I'd love to sit there and predict that. I can't do that. It would just be too biased of me. But we have the pieces. We have the quarterback. We have the running back. We have the wide receiver on a rookie deal. We have the left tackle. We have the free safety. And let me tell you, moving forward, I mean, people, this is what our team looks like probably at least for the next 3 years. Now, you always have to look out because this league is unpredictable. There will be players that fall off. There will be players that suffer catastrophic injuries, and that will change the course of your team. So we have to account for that and look out for that. But this is our bloody team. I mean, you're talking about Tannehill, Henry, Byard, Lewan for years and years and years to come. I believe that Adoree Jackson will solidify himself in that group. I believe that Harold Landry will solidify himself in that group. Now, on the flip side of that, there will be players that will go. I think Corey Davis is gone. I think he's so gone, even he can't believe it. And I think he's going to have a decent year this upcoming year, but I just don't think they're going to be able to keep him. So, look, we're going to have to let go of some good players because with the money we're giving up here, and again, it was not bad. I mean, $12.5 million a year. That's not bad for Derrick Henry. I'm taking it all day. But, you know, with the money allocated for him and Ryan Tannehill on the offensive line and Taylor Lewan and Roger Saffold, you know, we only have so much money to give moving forward. Corey Davis, you're gone. You know, Jonnu Smith, if he has a breakout year, he's gone. You know, hopefully he doesn't have too much of a good year. Maybe we can get it for cheap because now decisions are had to be made. And then this is why they moved off from Gerald Casey. Personally, to me, a year too early, but, you know, that's why they moved off from Gerald Casey. But overall, people, look, I know it's just a running back. I know people are going to think that we're overreacting to a running back, and that's fine. You can believe this. Look around the league. How many running backs win playoff games? One. His name is Derrick Henry. We just extended him. While Lamar Jackson can look all cute and nice and MVP in the regular season, when it came in the playoff time, when push came to shove, it was that boy, that King Henry, that led us to the promised land. Oh, and he barreled his way. And he is such the perfect antithesis to the skinny, sleek NFL player, weak, soft NFL defensive player these days. Because not only does he have the strength, but he has the speed as well. He's a home run hitter who's 6'3", 250 pounds. And have you seen this man working out in this offseason? And let me tell you, this upcoming season is going to separate the men from the boys. The players who have been working, have been training hard, staying in shape are going to separate themselves from the players who needed their NFL trainers and their big training equipments and gyms and all that. It's going to separate the men from the boys, and I know that Derrick Henry is in that man category. I'm excited for this. I'm in love with this. You know, this is the man I wanted extended. He deserved it. He earned it. And he still has, I think, 5-6 good years left. But look, you get him for this 4-year extension. Then after that, he's done. Okay? I mean, if he wants to resign for 2-3 years after that, okay, fine. But otherwise, we used him. We ran, you know, everything out of him. Okay, run him. And this is the last thing I want to say here. There's a chance he might become the best Tennessee Titans running back ever after this deal. And when you think about it, and again, I think he has so much left in the tank. And I'm not including Earl Campbell. I don't think he's going to surpass Earl Campbell. But he can surpass Eddie George and Chris Johnson. I mean, he's already number 3. He's already better than Lendale White. And that's about it. I mean, who else are you going to put on the list? DeMarco Murray's already better than DeMarco Murray. So he's already the 3rd best Tennessee Titans running back ever behind Eddie George and Chris Johnson. A ways to go before he gets to Chris Johnson and Eddie George. But I think by the end of this deal, especially if he keeps winning playoff games, he's going to be maybe potentially the best Tennessee Titans running back ever. I'm excited. And, you know, maybe you're going to go back to this video and say, oh, my goodness, MJ, you're overreacting here. But, look, this guy won us playoff games. And that's something that a lot of you NFL fans of their teams, of the Browns, and the this and that is saying, oh, you guys are overpaying. You don't understand what that is. You don't get that. You don't understand what that means. Okay, so and that's if you know what winning playoff games means, don't talk to me, because that's what we do here. We win playoff games. So if you don't speak that conversation, okay, I'm speaking specifically to the Jaguar fans and the Texans fans recently. Y'all ain't winning playoff games. Don't talk to me. The Ravens fans with Lamar Jackson, y'all ain't winning playoff games. We're winning playoff games with our boy. And what do? We extend you when you do that for us. So there you go. And real quick, I have a lot of people in the chat asking what's going on with the 32 teams of 32 days. So it's no longer called the 32 teams of 32 days. It's called my team profiles. And those are continuing either tonight or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. The Tennessee Titans extend running back Derrick Henry. What are your thoughts on this extension? Am I overreacting? Is it really not that big of a deal? Or is this the contract extension that we needed right now for the Tennessee Titans? Let me know. Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.